I'm Professor Ross Todd, Director of the Centre for International Scholarship in School Libraries, CiSSL, at Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey. This video provides an overview of the key findings from Phase 2 of the New Jersey Association of School Librarians research study, One Common Goal, Student Learning, undertaken by CiSSL researchers from 2009 to 2011. In this phase of the study, we sought to understand the contribution of quality school libraries to the education of New Jersey, and in particular to examine the contextual and professional dynamics that enable this to take place. This research built on Phase 1 of the New Jersey research study, which found that school librarians make sustained and diverse contributions to the intellectual life of a school and to the development of students who can function in a complex and increasingly digital information environment. In Phase 1 of this study, we identified high levels of instructional collaborations across the state. These instructional collaborations were the primary strategy for the development of curriculum standards, information literacy competencies, research processes, learning management competencies, thinking-based competencies in using information, the development of positive and ethical values in relation to the use of information, and increased interest and participation in reading and literacy activities. In Phase 2, we examined 12 New Jersey public schools whose school librarians reported high levels of instructional collaborations with teachers in the first phase of the study. This examination took place through a series of focus groups in the schools. These were comprised of the school principal, the school librarian, curriculum coordinators, and classroom teachers, including specialists such as special needs and literacy teachers. The focus groups addressed 4 themes. First, in what ways does the school support learning through the school library? Second, in what ways, if any, does the school library contribute to student learning? Third, what do students learn through their interaction and engagement with the school library? And fourth, how did the participants in the schools envision the future of school libraries? In this study, we found that school administrators and classroom teachers saw their school libraries first and foremost as pedagogical centres and learning centres, where students, teachers, and school librarians work collaboratively together in a dynamic technological and media-infused environment to develop the complex information to knowledge capabilities of students. In particular, this focused on building content knowledge, but with emphasis on the capabilities that enable critical thinking and problem solving, communication and collaboration, and creativity and innovation through engagement with information in all of its forms to produce deep knowledge and deep understanding of their curriculum topics. Essentially, the school librarian was seen as a common zone across the school for building capacity for critical engagement with information and producing knowledge. And indeed, in this context, for developing students as digital citizens and ethical users of information and creative producers of knowledge. For the faculty as well, the school library was seen as a centre of learning innovation, for experimenting with information technology and information, enhancing their teaching skills using information and technology, and indeed refining their own teaching practices to enable students to learn well in information contexts. Central to these conceptions of the school library as a pedagogical centre and as a learning centre was the role of the school librarian as a co-teacher and information and technology learning specialist, whose expertise at implementing inquiry-based instruction was highly prized. This was seen as a critical need in these schools with the implementation of the Common Core standards. School leaders and teachers believed that this instructional role not only contributed to school-based and standardized measures of student achievement, but more significantly extended beyond the temporal nature of tests to the development of inquiry-based research capacity for everyday living, for digital citizenship, and information capabilities necessary for workplace readiness. This is about building a future for Gen Next. The participants in the focus groups in particular emphasised the development of capabilities and dispositions that have salience beyond schooling. These included communication skills, teamwork, project management, the development of self-esteem and self-efficacy, empathy for diverse viewpoints, online social processes and digital citizenship, and personal management skills. It was very clear in these schools that the school librarians were regarded as master teachers of students, as well as teachers of teachers, providing considerable cost-effective in-school professional development. At the same time, the school librarians were connectors, information brokers who connected people with resources, enabling students to connect curriculum learning with their personal interests, and teachers to connect disciplines to provide a richer interdisciplinary approach to learning. The school librarians were also connectors of school and home through technology, and creating an equitable and accessible information world in the school as a surrogate home and a safe place where students could engage with information knowing that they could get individual guidance and where they could explore diverse topics, even controversial topics, in privacy and without interruption. It was also a place where students knew that the information they accessed was trustworthy, and a place where they could obtain individual mentoring as needed without any kind of judgment of their learning capability. In this fast-paced, digitized and globalized world, expectations for schools are increasing, along with their technological bandwidth and information bites. Tough economic times and dwindling budgets make it difficult to provide a quality education at a time when high-tech educational tools and materials are becoming basic. I have long believed that the school library is an essential and cost-effective component of 21st century education, providing information access, technology, and the expertise of information specialists to support 21st century teaching and learning. This is even more critical today within the context of the Common Core standards. Data from the New Jersey studies continue to confirm my belief.